Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. This is the Preston and a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you inside the gym here at Burley as the Preston Indians head to Burley tonight to take on the Lady Bobcats in an elimination game as far as the district tournament goes, as the winner of this match here tonight will move on and play again on Thursday. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. For the Lady Indians, they have met the Burley Bobcats three times. This will be the third time they'll meet them this season. In fact, they've met them just about, 10 days or so ago at senior night. The two previous matches they played back in September the 24th in a game here. Burley beat Preston by a 3-1 score. And then on senior night on October the 15th, Burley was a straight sets winner over Preston, winning at Preston Gym 3-0. So for Preston, something's going to have to give tonight as they need to pick up a victory here this evening. Otherwise, their season will come to an end. The winner of this match tonight will face the winner of the Pocatello Twin Falls match, which is getting underway right about now at the pit in Pocatello. As the winner of this match will not only meet them, but they will also have a home game on Thursday, as they are the two higher seeds left, either Burley or Preston, against the Pocatello and Twin Falls, which are the 5th and 6th seeds. So it's number 4 Preston against number 3 Burley coming up in just a few minutes. As we'll take a timeout, we'll come back and we'll talk with Kalaska Haskell about tonight's match and about the two matches they played last Saturday at Century and how things went there with that 1-1 split. We'll visit with Kalaska when we come back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Simple ingredients for a pigskin feast. Equal parts offense and defense. Plus a dash of special teams in the clutch. And top it off with a heaping of screaming fans. Get your pigskin fill right here on the Aggie Sports Network.
Utah State heads to Colorado Springs this Saturday for a showdown against Mountain West Bow Air Force.
The pregame show starts at 7 with the kickoff at 8:15.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Girard, and this is your home for Utah State Athletics. 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH Preston.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
West Motor Company has a lifetime warranty.
Well, I guess the secret's out. West Motor in Preston and Logan is now including a no-charge, lifetime powertrain warranty on almost every vehicle we sell.
Almost every vehicle West Motor sells has a lifetime warranty, and your prices are the best around. Why would anybody go anywhere else?
I can't think of a single reason.
Lifetime warranty only at westmotorcompany.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
KACH.
Welcome back here on the pregame show. We'll spend a couple of minutes with Coach Kalaska Haskell from the Lady Indians volleyball team as we get ready for this match with Burley here tonight. Saturday was kind of up and down for you a little bit. A tough 5-set loss, and you come back with a nice win. Yes,
so that tough first game, it was so close. You could feel it. You wanted it. It was within our reach. We had that 4th set, and that was the set we needed just to close out. We had an 8-0 lead in the beginning of it, and then kept fighting with them, and then they just ran away with it at the end. That was really difficult for us, and then going into the 5th set, we just couldn't get going again. I think that some of our injuries on the court, that kind of affected us some, but in reality we weren't connecting and we weren't doing our jobs at that point. So
you went through that 5-setter against Pocatello, and it was so close, and you want to just reach out and just grab them and say, come on, get this done.
Oh, absolutely. It's like that moment that you're like, I know you can do this, let's get going. Or the bench is just like, put me in, please put me in. And so we could all taste it, we could all feel it, and we wanted it so badly, and then it just got pulled out from under us, and that was rough. It was hard for them too to come back into that second match against Jerome and put that aside for a second and remember that, hey, this game matters too, and to secure that so that we could continue moving forward. It's just hard. It's hard when you lose, and it's hard when you know you can beat that team and you had it, and then it just dissolves from there.
Is there anything different you could have done, or was just they just outplayed you in that 5th set?
Well, I think really it just kind of started more in that 4th set, towards the middle of the 4th set. Our serve receive got a little bit hit and miss, wasn't as strong as it had been. And then, too, our blockers had done really, really well in the 3rd set, second and 3rd set. And then in that middle of the 4th set, they started getting their laid, and then tools. And so it just wasn't tight defense like we needed.
So now you turn your attention to tonight, and you have Burley again, a team that you've faced twice, and they've got you twice, but in a couple of close matches.
Yeah, we've been watching the game film a lot and looking at that. They review it a lot, see where their areas of weaknesses and strengths are, and how we can adjust things. I just, rewatched recently, and the feeling that I got from watching that was total knowledge that we can do it. We came in with a plan this last time, and they were 3 close sets. Yes, they blew us out in 3, but they were close sets, and some of them we had the lead right there towards the end, and then again just pulled out from under us. But at the same time, we executed what our game plan was. We caused them panic, kind of. They had to move the ball around some more. And if we can just kind of get that again and be executing, because we were really off on our hitting that night, if we can have that piece of the puzzle as well, then we would be sitting pretty. And so I'm hoping that, after everything that we practiced from yesterday and coming into this game of what our game plan is, that we can execute it and be on top.
I'm not asking you to give away any locker room secrets, but what do you do differently? How do you approach it differently? Or do you approach it differently?
Well, in the last match, there wasn't a lot that we were doing necessarily wrong. We had a lot of hitters that were making a lot of errors and things like that, and so we just needed to tighten that up. But as far as what our game plan was for that was really to stick on Michaela, put pressure on her, and I think we did a really great job. She had a lot of errors, and then the balls that she did swing at, we had a lot of digs on them. She got away with a few, but a lot less than she did the last time that we played her, because we've kind of cued into how we can make it easier for ourselves.
And you're talking about Michaela Tolman, and that always seems like that's the kind of the wild card is the way she goes is the way that Burley goes.
Yeah, she's their team. They feed her a lot, and they did a better job, I think, when we played them here for our senior night of moving the ball around. But still, she's their power swinger. She's their go-to when they're in trouble. And so if we can just stay on her, know her tendencies, and pick those balls up, then we're going to be sitting pretty nice.
Do you approach it where you try to take Tolman out of the game as best you can and just leave King to do whatever she might be able to do, or do you have to try to defend both of them?
Well, we still defend both of them, but our main priority would be Michaela, just because she is their go-to. At the same time, King is just hit or miss. They feed her balls, but sometimes she gets a good swing and sometimes she doesn't. And for us, it's easier to pick up on her. I think just the advantage that Michaela has, being so tall and being a left-handed hitter, it throws off our system. And so she has that going for her, so hopefully we can just continue to fine-tune those details.
Do you approach the game with your girls the way that, hey, we just go out and we play, and at the end of the day, what happens, happens? Or do you tell them that, hey, look, our back's against the walls. If we don't win, our season's over?
I'm pretty sure that they're very aware of that. I think I became more aware of that too when we played that match against Jerome. That third set, you could kind of see their faces changing a little. And I sat there thinking, oh, she didn't mess up that badly. And then I remembered what was really happening for them, that was their end of their season. And that's a hard thing to deal with, especially like for me as a coach. I don't want to see this ever end for them, and of course it's going to end some way, but I just hope that it ends on a note that they feel proud of themselves and the successes that they've had, because they've hit a lot of great milestones this season as a team for our school, and so I just hope that they go out fighting no matter what.
Best of luck, and hopefully it carries on through another night.
Absolutely, thank you.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Westside Pirates collected another big win last Friday and upped their record to 6-1 overall with a win over Bear Lake. Thursday night, the Pirates will face the Soda Spring Cardinals at home. Join Richard Ward for all the action starting at 7 p.m. following the Utah State Aggie Coaches Show. The Westside Pirates, Thursday night, 7 p.m. live on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Local.
It's time for Preston Lady Indians Volleyball. All the excitement of Preston Lady Indians Volleyball is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care that you will find in all of Cache Valley. By Stokes Market and True Value. By Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park community here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Valley Implement. By Preston Auto Parts, CarQuest, on State Street in downtown Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By S&T Electric. And by mylocalradio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of any of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, is strictly prohibited. As we welcome you back inside the gym here at Burley High School, and we're just about ready to play some volleyball here tonight as they have introduced the starters here this evening, and we are ready to go as the both sides shake hands as everything's been all the starters have been introduced. As the referee will go through and make sure that all the people are where they need to be as we'll get ready to start get started here tonight with set number 1 coming up in just a moment or two here from Burley. Third meeting of the year between these two teams. Burley has won them both back on September the 24th, beating Preston 3-1 here in Burley. And then on senior night on October 15th, Burley beat Preston in straight sets 3-0 to take that match as well. So a little bit more on the line here tonight, and it being a playoff game, winner advances, loser has their season come to an end as the Bobcats, a tough matchup for the Preston Lady Indians, but they'll meet them here this evening, and at the end of the night we'll know exactly what is happening. The winner of this match will play a home match on Thursday against the winner of the match going on right now between Pocatello and Twin Falls. We'll try to keep you updated on that the best we can, a little bit of information that we get coming out of the other venue. So we're ready to play as Kelsey Pope will serve here for Burley. Burley wearing black pants and black jerseys. Preston in all blue here tonight as the first serve is in. They'll set it outside as that comes to Keller, and that's off the block and down. And a point for the Indians. So a good start for Preston as they feed Abby Keller for the point. Slightly blocked at the net, but they get the point anyway. Preston in all blue here tonight as the first serve is as outside as that comes to Keller, and that's off the block and down. Side out goes the Bobcats as so a good start for Preston. They get their first point of the night. Slightly blocked at the net, but they get the point anyway. Here's the serve, comes into Whitehead. Outside set. This comes to Sparks this time, and she plays it down the line for the points. Side out goes to the Bobcats. So the side out gets Preston up to 2-1 here now in the first set. Served by Keller. Outside, Tolman is dug out, but that's going to be dug out of bounds. And the point will go back to Burley again, and it's 2-2. Michaela Shirley to serve here. She is the libero tonight for Burley. Back to set in the middle. That comes to Burnett, and that's hit out of bounds. So the point goes to the Bobcats. They have their first lead at 3-2. Set again goes outside as that's going to be off the hands of Kelsey Pope and out of bounds. Give the point to Haley Meek as Preston gets even at 3-3 here in the first. Whitehead to serve, leads the team in aces, almost had one there as that's blocked at the net, and that's down as the block goes to windward and pick up the point. So 4-3, Preston back on top. So back to Whitehead, who leads the team with 32 service aces on the year. Outside set comes to Tolman. She goes short for the point. Michaela Tolman, who's about 6'4", 6'5". They don't give us her exact height on the roster, but committed to go play for Heather Olmstead at BYU as she will serve here now. Serve deep. Good serve, set in the middle, fight by the Indians. That's off the hands of Tolman. She gets the dig, comes over to King as she plays it over. Set back up into the front. Outside set comes to Keller. Partially blocked at the net, kept alive. Nice play from deep in the court. King plays it over, back to the Indians. Free ball for Preston, back to Keller again. Again, played back over defensively by the Bobcats as A little short shot attempt and mishandled there by the Bobcats, and it falls right at the feet of Tolman. Two girls came together with Tolman laying on the floor. Then they all watched it land right at Tolman's feet. So Preston on top 5-4 as Sparks serves for the first time tonight. Short little play over is played there by the Indians. Dug out by the Bobcats back in the middle as Windward is dug out again. They'll set this time, and it's Stevenson to take it herself. Stevenson finds the little soft spot in the middle of the court and picks up the point. Johanna Stevenson has her first kill of the match. Tough serve, dug out by King. Kept alive as it comes back onto the Preston side of the net. Outside set, Keller. Dug out by Tolman. They can't get to it. So Preston jumps out to a 3-point lead here. It's 7-4. Haley Keller with a couple of kills here in the early going of set number 1. Ashlyn Sparks will serve again. Good serve down the line. They'll set it to Tolman from deep. She's able to play it. Dug out by Sparks. Set again to Keller. As Keller is dug out in the middle of the court. Back to Tolman again. From deep, she comes home. Hits it off the hands of Sparks for the point. Side out for the Bobcats. 7-5. Preston on top. And the serve will come back over onto their side of the floor. Allison Haig will serve. As that's going to be off the hands momentarily of Sagemeet, kept alive by the Indians as they play it back over. They'll set it on the near side to King. Tooling the block, but still getting the point, or still getting the dig, I should say. Back to Tolman. She'll set it to net. They just have to give it back to Preston. Free ball again for the Indians as they'll flip it into the middle of the court. That's dug out. Nice play. Set to Tolman, who just flicks to the near side, and it is out of bounds. So side out for Preston. 8-5. Preston gets the serve back again as Drew Despain comes on for the first time to serve here. Despain's serve is played by King as they'll set deep back row. It's Tolman off the net cord and back onto their side of the net. Point again for the Indians. Hitting error for Tolman, her first of the match. Back to Despain again as she will serve, but first we'll have a timeout here called by the Burley Bobcats. Good start for Preston tonight. They're on top 9-5 here in the first set. Back in 30 seconds.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Preston leads 9-5, and they have the serve. As we go back to work here, Despain continues her serve rotation as they'll set this in the middle. That's blocked and down. Great block in the middle of the court as it was Haley Windward there to get the block and the point, making it 10-5. Despain's serve is off the antenna. That's a service error. That's the first of the match for either side. 10-6, and the serve goes back over to the Bobcats as Carrie Baker rotates in, and she will have her first serve of the night. As that's long, gives the serve right back. So one service error apiece. Haley Windward now serving for the Indians. As that's played deep in the back row. Tolman will set as it comes to King. Has really no play other than just play it over the net. Inside set. Burnett hits it out as she tried to go cross court. Side out for the Bobcats makes it 11-8. Check that, 11-7, I should say, as comes to Keller, who hits it over. They'll set for King, who again, not a good set. King, all she can do is just play it over. Far side, set to Keller, blocked at the net and down. Tolman was there with the block. Point for the Bobcats. So now it's 11-8. And Kelsey Pope will continue her serve. The right-hander Pope hits it into the net. So Preston goes up 12-8. Second service error of the set charged against the Bobcats. And now here's Hannah Stevenson to serve. As her serve comes to Tolman, and that is in. Big hit there by Tolman to make it 12-9. If she gets going, it's going to be a long evening for the Lady Indians. She has 3 kills already amongst the 9 points for Burley. Here's Kaya King to serve. Back set comes to Keller. That's dug out deep. Nice play there. Comes back to Tolman in the middle. Dug out neatly by Whitehead, but it goes out of bounds. Another kill for Tolman. Point for the Bobcats. Good reaction by Whitehead to at least get it up, but she hit it out of bounds as King charged with a service error. Their third, 13-10. Preston remains up by 3 as Abby Keller will serve here again for Preston. That's played by Michaela Shirley. Bobcats play it over. Set in the middle as that comes to Burnett. That's played out by the Bobcats. Played back over. They'll set outside this time to Meek. Partially blocked at the net as Burley has control. And that's kind of a mishit. It's pit out of bounds. And the point goes back to Preston again. 14-10 now the Indians on top. Serve comes right in the middle of the floor. Outside set to Tolman. Is off the block and down. Another kill for Tolman, her 5th here in the first set. Side out for the Bobcats, 14-11, and the serve goes back over to Michaela Shirley, who will pick up and serve here now for Burley. Shirley, played there by Whitehead, deep middle. Outside hit by Sparks is out of bounds. Hit just a little bit too long. Point for the Bobcats makes it 14-12. Preston still leads by 2 here in the first set. Two teams that know each other very well as they meet for the 3rd time this year. Serve comes to Keller. Misplayed, but now they're able to get control of it and play it back over. As the outside set in the middle. That's played short by Baker. Outside comes to Meek. Blocked by Michaela Tolman. And picks up the point. Point for the Bobcats. They're back to within 1 now at 14-13. Timeout here briefly while Michaela Shirley cinches up a shoe here. And the serve comes to Meek in the middle. Set there. That's partially blocked at the net. Kept alive. They're going to set to Tolman again. And again, off the hands of Whitehead and way upstairs. We're tied at 14. Timeout, Preston. Preston wants a timeout as we're tied at 14. As Michaela Tolman has woken up. She has 5 kills here in the first set for Burley. We'll take a timeout. Back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's the end of a long day and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
KACH. KACH.
Welcome back. We're tied at 14 here in the first set. Dan Hubbard with you from Burley High School tonight. The third round match on the losers side of the bracket between Burley and our Preston Indians. As Michaela Shirley to serve, tied at 14, as off the hands of Ashlyn Sparks, then nobody came to get it, so that'll be an ace. Accredited to Michaela Shirley, and Burley has the lead again at 15-14. Shirley's next serve played at the net as mistimed the jump by Keller, so she just has to bump it over outside to Tolman. Partially off the net, played by the Indians. Here comes to Whitehead, who just bumps it over to get it out of trouble. Played there. They'll set outside this time, as that's going to be in. As coming over across to make the play was Ashlyn Haig, number 14, her first kill. Point for the Bobcats. They go up by 2. 16-14. That's their biggest lead, 2 points here in the first set. Michaela Shirley to serve again here for Burley. As it comes over onto the Burley side of the net, they can't quite get it over, so they control it. Now give it back to the Lady Indians again. As Burnett gets it over, set back in the middle, blocked there by the Indians. Comes back onto the Burley side, a little short shot. They give it back and forth a couple of times. They'll set this outside from Pope as it comes to Tolman, and they called it in, and that was about 6 inches out of bounds. As the chair is going to let it stand. Point for the Bobcats. That ball was out of bounds. If you're watching on the video feed, you probably had a pretty good look at it right down the line. As it goes to 17-14. Serve comes to Keller. Outside, not a good set. Tolman able to get her hands on it and put that away, go to 18-14. The flag referees in the opposite corners of the floor, they are not paid officials. Those are just volunteers from here in Burley who said, yeah, we'll do it. So their qualifications are certainly to be questioned, as Tolman puts that one away. 19-14. Michaela with kill number 6 here in the first set. As Burley goes up by 5. Serve again by Michaela Shirley, almost mishandled. Shirley will play it over, but then plays it out of bounds. So hitting error by Burnett, point to the Bobcats. Makes it 20-14 here in the first set. String of points being served up by Michaela Shirley. Back set, as that's blocked at the net, and Preston can't dig it out. Play goes out of bounds, 21-14. Outside set. Nope, you're going to just play it over, does Whitehead. As the set comes outside for Burley. That's played there by Whitehead. Now they'll set it, and again in the back for Shirley. Does Tolman has it as she cuts across from her spot on the far side of the court. Set again outside. Keller gets it around, and another point for the Bobcats. The serve here continues for Shirley. 12 straight points on her serve. In the middle, Burnett, that's too long. Make it 13 points in a row. 23-14, and once again, Preston wants a timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll again take 30 seconds here as the serve by Michaela Shirley has yielded 14 straight points on her serve as Bobcats have taken a big lead, 23-14. We're back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH. KACH.
Here we go. Serve again here by Shirley. Preston needs to get out of this rut that they've fallen into, and that's blocked at the net as the block goes to Carrie Baker, and all of a sudden it's going to be set point 24-14 in favor of Burley. Here's the serve from Shirley for the set, as it's going to come as it comes to Allison Haig, and she just kind of whiffs on it. So side out Preston makes it 24-15. And finally they're able to break the serve of Michaela Shirley, as that's a lift called against the Bobcats. So the point again to Preston, 24-16. Straight points served by Michaela Shirley. As it comes over, it's back on the outside, back to Keller. She goes short. That is out of bounds. Point to the Bobcats, and that's the way the first set will end. As thanks to that big run of points on the serve by Michaela Shirley, 14 of them to be exact. The Bobcats go on to win set number 1, 25-16. So they go up 1-0. Not the start that really the Lady Indians would have liked. They would have liked to won the first set, but they come up just short. Take a timeout. Set number 2 coming up just around the corner. Stay with us here on KACH.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Preston Indians football team faced the Snake River Panthers this Friday night to close out the 2019 regular season. Following the game at Pocatello, the Indians come into the game with a 5-3 record and looking to lock up a spot in the postseason with a win over the Panthers on Friday. However, it will not be easy, as the Indians have had their hands full with the Panthers over the last 4 years. Join us for all the action Friday night. The pregame show starts at 6:30 with the kickoff at 7 on 105.5 FM, AM 1340 KACH, and on mylocalradio.com.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to mylocalradio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit mylocalradio.com and click on any Limbic Arc logo.
Advertise your open positions on the radio. You'll be amazed how quickly you see a response. You'll reach more people for less. The Job Stop includes radio and internet advertising. Call us for more info. We're a local company with a toll-free number, 833-856-9625. That's 833-856-9625.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
KACH. KACH.
Well, we're ready to start set number 2 after Burley wins the first set 25-16. We invite you to join us Thursdays. It'll be a busy night here on KACH. It all starts with the Prep Sports Final at a little after 5 o'clock, after the 5 o'clock news. The Coach Gary Anderson Show returns this week after a week off for the bye week. So the Gary Anderson Show, live from Wingers in Logan, will be at 6. That'll be followed by Westside Football at 7 as Westside takes on Soda Springs this Thursday. As Tolman just tries to push one over the net, and that's blocked by Preston, but they block it out of bounds. So right off the jump here as the point goes to the Bobcats. Kayla King will serve here, 1-0 Burley to start the second set. Right from the center, she serves it right down the middle. Played there by Preston as Whitehead will bump it over to get it out of trouble. Set, cross court, as that's dug out. Haig with the kill attempt comes over to Sparks. Sparks is dug out by King as they'll set in the middle to Hepworth for the point. Natalie Hepworth with her first kill. That's the third of the 3 big hitters for the Bobcats is Natalie Hepworth, who doesn't get nearly the amount of action that Michaela Tolman gets, as you might imagine. King again with the serve at 2-0. Back set comes to Sage Meek, who just plays it over. They'll set backwards for Tolman. The lefty comes back. That's blocked. Point for the Indians. They blocked Tolman, and then trying to keep the ball in play, the Bobcats weren't able to get to it. So the point on the side out goes to Preston. It's 2-1, and Sage Meek serves. Sage's serve is played by King. Set outside again. That goes to Haig, dug out there by the Indians. And now Keller with another kill attempt. That's kept alive again by the Bobcats. Back over to Preston. Set to Sparks over on the far side. Dug out there by Shirley. As the outside set comes to Haig, kept alive on a little short shot. Shirley is dug out by Pope. Back to Tolman again, partially blocked, but they get the point. 3-1, side out Bobcats. As once again, Michaela Shirley will drop back and serve. She's served 14 consecutive points to really put away the first set. And she'll start here again. Deep serve comes to Whitehead. Outside set, Keller is blocked at the net. I'm not sure that would have made it over the net anyway, but Tolman was there. Haig was there as well. So we'll give them both a half a block for that, and it's 4-1. Serve to Sage Meek, deep. It's set to Haley Meek. Partially blocked at the net by Tolman. However, the Bobcats able to play it. And a mishit by Haig goes into the net. Side out for Preston. 4-2. As Maddie Whitehead will now drop back and serve here for the Indians. Set in the middle. That's Baker. That's dug out. Whitehead has it. Plays it over to Meek, who goes down the line. That's dug out by Pope. They'll set again for Tolman. Tolman able to put that away. Another kill for Tolman. That's 9 so far here tonight. 5-2. Serve comes back over to the Bobcats. Timeout for a moment as Maddie Whitehead runs to go get the ball. Ended up over off the court. As Tolman will serve the big lefty. She goes down the line. Ace. That's her first of the night. Makes it 6-2. Her next serve, played by Sage Meek. Haley will bump it forward as it goes to Whitehead, who plays it over. As they'll set this, that's Baker. That's partially blocked, kept alive again by the Indians. Haley Meek will bump set it back over again. Outside, Haig dug out, back over onto the Bobcat side. as they'll just flick this over. Preston has it. They keep it alive, and that will be 4 hits. Actually, they'll call it a double hit. Point for the Bobcats makes it 7-2. Tolman to serve again here at 7-2, trying to extend the lead. Dug out there by Keller in the middle, as that's played there by Windward. Kept alive again here by the Bobcats. Outside, Tolman will just bump it over. Kept alive as Meek gets it to Haley Meek, who then plays it back over again. They'll set in the middle. This comes to Baker, and it's too long. 7-3, as Abby Keller will return for Preston, and she will drop back and serve. Abby, pretty good serve, as Shirley with a tough return comes to Tolman, who just flicks it backwards over her head to get it over back onto the Preston side. Outside net, outside kill attempt there, it's taken away. Tolman with a nice sprawling save to keep it alive, but then they can't get it over. Point for Preston makes it 8-4. Check that, 7-4. My bad. Bookkeeping errors, we'll call it, as Preston has it back on their side of the net. Whitehead sets to Meek, goes down the line. Tolman able to get to that. They just tap it back over, as again it comes back over to the Indians, kept alive by the Bobcats. Tolman plays it deep back into the court and retreats back to her position, back to Meek. They play it there, outside set, again to Haig. It is out of bounds. Haig tried to come a little bit too sharp with it. She hit it out of bounds right in front of the Preston bench. So 7-5, Preston back to within 2, as Keller serves again. As the set out backwards comes to Tolman, that's dug out in the back. Windward with a little flick picks up the point. Windward with the kill, with a little flick shot, finds an open spot. As Windward able to, the Bobcats able to play it back over, comes back to Haley Meek again. She goes deep middle, that's dug out there. Tolman again, partially blocked and down. Tolman records another kill, makes it 8-6. As coming back in to serve here is Allison Haig now, number 14 in black for the Bobcats. That is a service error. She hits it too long. 8-7. Preston stays within a point on a tight second match. Sydney Searley can't be able to come back in, as Drew Despain rotates in. She will now serve here for the Indians, as her first serve goes into the net. Now Natalie Hepworth returns for the Bobcats, as dropping back to serve, I believe this is Carrie Baker. It is at 9-7. Back set, that comes to Windward. That's off the block and down. Point again for the Indians. Windward with her third kill. Side out, Preston makes it 9-8. Back to within 1 point again. Here's the serve by Windward, as comes to Tolman, and Tolman able to just put that right away. Big hit by Tolman just inside the back line. Side out goes to the Bobcats once again, make it 10-8. As now it'll be Kelsey Pope to serve again here for the Lady Cats. Sage Meek goes down the line and tucks it right in the corner, as Sage picks up her first kill of the night. Side out for the Indians. 9-10 or 10-9, whichever way you want to say it. As Again, Preston stays very much here in the second set after losing the first set 25-16 here tonight. Preston can't afford to go down 2-0. This becomes a very important set here for the Lady Indians. Outside set, Tolman just plays it over in the middle. As that comes to Burnett, that's dug out. Back to Tolman again, that's dug out again. Block at the net, and they're going to say that Preston was over the line. That violation, point to the Bobcats, makes it 11-9. Oh, I take it back. The net violation was on the Bobcats. So it's 10-10 as the point in play as it comes to Sparks. Dug out, set backwards to Tolman. Off the block, kept alive, but the Indians can't get it up. Whitehead did a great job trying to get the ball back up. But the next Lady Indian who tried to keep it up was not able to. So now it's 11-10. And the point will come back over to Burley, and the serve by Kayla King. Played in the middle by Whitehead. Back set to Sage Meek off the block as King's not able to play it. And Preston get evens again. Haley Meek will return for Preston as Sage picks up her second kill of the match. And at 11-11, Sage will serve. So Sage Meek with a service. It's into the net. Side out for the Bobcats. Carrie Baker will return. However, the serve will be played by Michaela Shirley here, with Burley up by a point, 12-11. Whitehead able to play it, set in the middle to Burnett, partially blocked, kept alive by Burley. Outside, kept over. Preston able to dig that. Comes to Sparks. Sparks hits it, and that's dug out by Shirley. Outside to Tolman again. She goes short. Blocked by Preston. Tolman keeps it alive. Back onto the Preston side of the net. Keller out of bounds. Point for the Bobcats as Haley Meek hits it out of bounds. 13-11. Burley goes up by a pair. Back set to Sparks. That's blocked at the net, and another point for the Lady Bobcats. So 14-11. As it's Michaela Shirley serving again. Another bad return. That's an ace for Shirley, her second. Makes it 15-11. See, she's going to take off on another run like she had in the first set, where she scored 14 consecutive points on her serve. Set comes outside. Haley Meek blocked by Tolman and down. 16-11 as Tolman picks up her third, make that her fourth block of the match. 16-11 as Burley up by 5 now. And that'll be another misplay by the Indians. Point for the Bobcats makes it 17-11. And Coach Kalaska Haskell wants a timeout here in the second set. Bobcats lead 17-11. Back with more play right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Back with you here at Burley as the Bobcats open up a 6-point lead here in the second set, 17-11, after they won the first set here tonight. by 25-16 score. So Preston falling behind. Boy, they can't afford to do that here tonight. They need to be able to hang with Burley and see if they can somehow squeak out this set, as that's a service error. That makes it 17-12 as Preston gets the serve back. Service error on Michaela Shirley. Whitehead to serve here for the Indians. Cyril onto the floor, gets it back over. Back set in the middle as Windward hits it too deep. Side out back to the Bobcats, 18-12. No report of any score out of Pocatello tonight between Pokey and Twin Falls in the other match going on. As Meek dug out by Tolman. Kind of a miss hit as Shirley will just bump it over as it comes back to Shirley again. They'll set it on the far side as this comes to Sydney Cyril. That's off the dig, and she'll get the credit for the kill. 19-12. As Burley now up by 7, and Tolman will drop back to serve. The serve here by Tolman. Dug out in the back row. Comes to Sparks, so just bump it over. Set in the middle, Baker. That's played by Sage Meek. In the middle, comes to Windward, partially blocked, kept alive again by the Bobcats. Back set to Tolman. Dug out, can they keep it alive? Yes, they do. As Preston gets it over, Sage Meek will get it out of trouble. Set in the middle, Baker this time, off the block and down. Carey with her first kill makes it 20-12. And all of a sudden, Burley's up by 8 here in the second set. Tolman serves short and the ace. Her second. 21-12. Second ace of the night for Burley. Both of them coming here in this set as Tolman serves again. They'll get it to Whitehead, who just plays it over. Shirley, back set. This is Baker. That's played there by Sage Meek as this comes to Haley, who just left hands it over just to get it, make sure it gets over the net. Back to Tolman again. She has to go short. Kept alive again at the net by the Indians. Back to Haley Meek. Haley goes off the block, down as Tolman with a pretty good kick save, but can't keep the ball up that way. Side out goes to Preston, 21-13. Abby Keller to serve. Comes to King. She's able to dig that out. As that comes to Tolman from deep, and this goes off the top wire. Point for the Indians. They're back to within 7 at 21-14 as Keller will serve again. Keller goes deep. Played there by Cyril. They'll flip it over. Whitehead has that. The set is just flipped over by Stevenson. Played there by the Bobcats as it's just flicked over there by Tolman. Back to Meek. Meek goes off the hands of Shirley and out of bounds. Point for the Indians, 21-15. Abby Keller still with the serve. Keller with a couple of points on her serve. Hold on. As our floor official started across the court to talk to the chair official, then got waved back, so we're ready to go. Set comes to Tolman. Just pushes it over into the soft spot. Comes to Stevenson, who plays it. Tolman able to keep that alive. Outside set, Cyril goes off the block and is out of bounds. Point for Preston. Side out for the Bobcats, 22-15. Allison Haig back in, number 14. As she'll serve that down the line. That's dug out by Keller. Outside set comes to Meek. That's dug out there by Haig. Back to Tolman again, who hits it off the top of the net and out of bounds. Point for Preston. They called it a point for the Bobcats. That hit the net and went out of bounds. How's that a point for the Bobcats? Okay. 23-15. As Windward hits it out, makes it 24-15, set point. So here's set point coming up here for the Bobcats again. Is the serve by Haig is at the net. Meek off the hands. Tolman able to keep it alive. Comes to King off the block. Point for the Bobcats, and they go up 2-0. Game 2 goes to the Bobcats as they win that 25-15. They go up 2-0. Set number 3 coming up when we come back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
Whether you go into the mountains during the fall to look for big game or use your camera for shots of nature, make sure you don't get stuck while you're there. Visit West Motor Company today and check out the wide selection of four-wheel drive vehicles we have in stock. With new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Ford vehicles and loads of pre-owned four-wheel drives on the lot, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle for your backcountry adventures this year. West Motor Company in Preston and Logan. Stop in today.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Why do I drink milk?
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need to re-energize.
Milk replaces important electrolytes that I lose when I sweat.
As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip
is a victory.
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho.
KACH.
So we'll go back to work here in Burley. Now truly the Bobcat, or I should say the Lady Indians, truly with their backs to the wall. Trailing 2-0. Need to win 3 straight sets here against the Lady Bobcats to keep their season alive. As Burley takes the first 2 sets, 25-16 and 25-15. So we'll start set number 3 as referee says we're ready. Gives the go-ahead to the chair official, and we'll start. Kelsey Pope to serve here to start the 3rd set for Burley. As Pope's first serve comes to Whitehead. Outside set, Keller into the net. Point for Burley. Miss hit there for Abby. So 1-0 Bobcats here in the 3rd. Preston can't afford to let Burley go off on a big run of points here. in this third set. That's a service error. That's out of bounds. 1-1. Service error. That's the 6th of the night charged against Burley. Preston served pretty well so far this evening, but they don't have any aces to speak of. There's a point put away there, Natalie Hepworth. Hepworth gets her second kill of the match. Side out Bobcats puts them up 2-1. Kayla King gets the serve here now for the Bobcats. Off the top of the net, trickles over. Whitehead can't get to it, and that's an ace. 3-1. That is the third ace of the night for the Lady Bobcats. Almost had another one there, but Whitehead able to get to it. Comes to Keller. Kept alive, back over onto the Burley side. Tolman plays it deep to Spain, able to pick that off. Outside set, that'll come to Longhurst. That's dug out in the back row. Kept alive there by Pope. Back in the front row again as that comes back, and it's put away by Sydney Cyril. Sydney Cyril gets the kill, and it's 4-1. As King will serve again here for Burley. To Spain. Outside, Longhurst. She couldn't get there as Tolman just kind of threw the cap on the net there and able to get the point. Tolman was fairly quiet there in the second set. Able to get a kill here early here in the set number 3 to put the Bobcats up 5-1. King's next serve back to Spain again. That comes to Keller, and Keller gets the kill. Nice play by Abby Keller to pick up the point. Abby will now drop back and serve. Sage Meek back in as Despain leaves. Actually, it was Haley Meek back in. And now that's Longhurst from her outside hitter position, able to put that away off the hands of King. 5-3. Couple of points for Preston, gets them back a little bit closer. Keller will serve again, although Preston still trails by a couple of points. Serve, short middle comes to King, outside set. Nope, they'll set it in the middle for Hepworth. Partially blocked, but kept alive by the Indians. Back to Meek, down the line, and out. As she tried to go soft down the line, did Haley. That makes it 6-3 on the side out. As Michaela Shirley will now serve. Bobcats lead by 3 here in the third. They also lead 2-0. Keller not able to dig it out. Point for the Bobcats. Makes it 7-3. Shirley's next serve again comes to Keller. Again, not able to return it, out of bounds. Makes it 8-3. Couple of service return errors by Keller. Gives the Bobcats a couple of more points. Shirley's next serve. Meek has that. She'll dig. They'll back set to Longhurst. Partially blocked, kept alive. Tolman gets it back up as Shirley plays it over. Back to Preston. Set in the middle. Burnett dug out by King. As this comes to Tolman, puts it away. Right at the feet of Keller. Tolman with her 13th kill of the night. And it's 9-3 Burley. Serve comes to Whitehead. Back onto the court. Whitehead bumps it over to get it out of danger. They'll set it outside. Hepworth is blocked. Actually, not Hepworth, it was Cyril who pulled the block and hit it out of bounds to make it 10-3. So Sydney Sherrill with her third kill of the night. As served there by Shirley. Partially blocked at the net. However, played over by Burnett, and Preston gets the point. 10-4. Whitehead serves here for the Lady Indians. Kind of a bad dig. Comes back to Shirley, so they just get it over. Outside set, Haley Meek. Partially blocked there at the net, but played there by the Bobcats. They'll flip it deep. Played again by the Lady Indians. Outside Longhurst. As net violation, so another point for Preston. 10-5. They're back to within 5 points again. As comes dugout outside. That is Sydney Sherrill, able to tool the block and pick up the point. Makes it 11-5, and Searle very quietly with 4 kills in the match. Michaela Tolman will serve. Tough return of serve by Whitehead, played over by the Indians as they're able to keep this in play. Whitehead sets it outside as it comes to Meek, dug out by Tolman. They have to run and get it near the scorer's table, but they can't, so it'll be a point for Preston. Haley Meek with the kill. And here's Emily Longhurst to serve for the first time tonight for Preston. Back set, Tolman. Really has nothing, can't do anything else with it, just flick it over. But Stevenson is not able to get it up. Sage Meek comes back in again here for Preston at 12-6. It'll be Allison Haig to come in and serve. Haig's first serve, played deep by Whitehead, and they just flick it over. Nice play by Stevenson to get the point. Point for Preston, 12-7. Drew Despain back in, and she will serve here. She rotates back onto the floor. Despain played there. Flicked over there by Pope, kept alive by the Indians as Stevenson tried to put it away. She had her shot partially blocked. Off the block, played again by the Indians. Comes back to Windward, blocked at the net there by Baker. Outside set comes to Keller. Keller's dug out deep in the back row. To King in the front row, who dinks it over. Kept alive twice by the Indians, and now Keller gets it back over the net. To King again from her outside position, off the block and out of bounds. Kyla King with the kill. 13-7. Bobcats are on top. Crowd starting to feel it now. Student section on their feet over on this far side. As Stevens bad set. Stevenson tried to just play it over. She hit it out of bounds. Burley goes up by 7 points again. It's 14-7. And the serve here of Carrie Baker will continue. Baker's nice deep serve. Set, comes to Windward, and that is in. Point for Preston. 14-8. Side out. As it will be Haley Windward to serve here for Preston. Windward serve goes down the line. That's out of bounds. 15-8 as Preston gives the ball, the point back to Burley. Kelsey Pope will now serve here for the Cats, and she hits it into the top of the net. So they exchange service errors rather. 15-9. Preston gets the serve back, as it will be Hannah Stevenson to serve here. Set outside. Tolman has nothing to do with it other than just flick it over. Her only play she had, as that comes to Burnett, partially blocked and dug out. Again, Hepworth. But Longhurst is right there to keep it alive. Outside to Keller. Keller's dug out neatly in the back row as Searle got that back up, and then it's hit out of bounds. Point for the Lady Indians. So a hitting error for Sydney Searle. Made one good play, then the ball came back to her, and she hit it wide of the out-of-bounds line. 15-10, Preston with the serve. Stevenson serves it in. Hepworth, dug out by Despain. Preston keeps it alive as Keller bumps it over. Back set, Tolman, as Stevenson can't get it up. Another kill for Tolman, her 15th of the night. They really lean on her, and why not? The big lefty, boy, as long as the set is high enough, all she just hits it down on humanity. Back set comes to Keller, blocked at the net there. It was Searle got a hand on it and then played down. Natalie Hepworth gets the kill, her 3rd of the night. 17-10. King will now serve again. Kayla King serving. Outside, Longhurst hits it off into the net. 18-10, timeout Preston. As Kalaska Haskell can see it starting to slip away, wants a timeout. We'll take it as well. Back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH. KACH.
They just announced a score from Pocatello over the PA system, and Twin Falls has beaten Pocatello 3-1. So Twin Falls advances. They'll play on Thursday against the winner of this match here, and starting to look more and more like that could be Burley as they lead 2-0 and lead here in the third, 18-10. King will serve as dug out by comes to Keller. Keller hits it wide. Point for the Bobcats, makes it 19-10. So Keller hits it wide of the out-of-bounds line. King to serve. Whitehead as it's kept alive at the net. Burnett hits it too long. Point for the Bobcats, makes it 20-10. Each progressive game so far, Preston has gotten more and more trouble trying to score points. 16 points in the first set is their high water mark of the night so far. Set comes to Keller, blocked, kept alive as Tolman gets it back up. They'll set it outside. This is to Searle, kept alive again by the Indians. To Longhurst for Preston. That's dug out as Pope able to keep that alive. Back to Tolman again, who just flicks it over. That's kept alive again by Whitehead for the Indians, and then played too long. I believe that was Burnett who came across and hit that just a hair long. Point for the Bobcats, 21-10. As King will continue her serve. At the net, outside set, Longhurst. Blocked by Tolman, but Longhurst able to tool the block and out of bounds. Gets the kill. Point for Preston. Makes it 21-11. Haley Meek back onto the floor. Abby Keller to serve here for the Indians. Comes to King. Boy, almost got away from her. Set in the middle to Tolman as it goes right at Stevenson, and she's not able to dig that out. Kill number 16 on the night for Tolman. 22-11. Bobcats lead by 11 points. As the serve comes back to Michaela Shirley again. Keller sets it. Longhurst drives it through the block. Lands out of bounds. Longhurst able to tool the block. 22-12 as Preston gets the serve back again. It'll be Whitehead to serve. Whitehead's serve is dug by King. Back at the net as it's Keller right there. To able to just put that right back down. 22-13. As Preston with a small measure of protest. As that'll be an ace. That's their first of the night for Preston. As Whitehead collects her 33rd ace of the year. 22-14. As they'll set that in the middle for Baker as she goes short for the point. 23-14. So Carrie Baker gets the kill, and now they'll ask Michaela Tolman to serve a couple of points here and to clinch the match. 23-14. First serve comes over to Preston. Windward off the block and down. Carrie Baker with the block. Here's match point, 24-14. As Tolman, who's done everything else tonight, will serve for the match. Dug out by Whitehead. Outside, Meek is dug out in the back row. Again, this comes back to Searle, as that will be net violation. Point for the Bobcats, and that's the way the match will end, on a net violation. As for the third straight set tonight, not only does Burley win, but Preston goes down a point in each of the attacking sets. As the third set tonight goes to Burley, they win it 25-14, and they take the match 3-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with a post-game wrap. We'll do that right after this. Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of Cache Valley. By Stokes Market, True Value. By Rouse Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. By Valley Implement. By Preston Auto Parts, CarQuest, on State Street in downtown Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
Interviews, highlights, and analysis with the best in the business. Here we go. Others can talk about the game. Only one source can deliver the goods. And it can only be found right here on the Coach Gary Anderson Show on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Coach Gary Anderson Show, live from Wingers in Logan, Thursday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company. Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Well, the Indians knew they'd have their hands full tonight playing Burley, who had already beaten them twice this year, and had beaten them by winning 6 out of 7 sets that they had played in over the first 2 matches. As Preston, they really saw how Burley could really set the tone of each individual set, especially in the first set, where it was Michaela Shirley who served 14 straight points to really put the first set away. And then in each individual set after that, as Burley won the first set 25-16, in each individual set after that, Preston could not get back to that original 16-point level. They lost the second set 25-15 and lose the third 25-14. As far as stats, the only numbers you really need to know is Michaela Tolman, the senior who's headed to play volleyball at BYU for Coach Olmstead there. She recorded 16 kills on the match tonight for the Burley Bobcats. As far as Preston was concerned, Windward with 3, Stevenson with 3, and Keller had 2, and Haley Meek led the way with 4 kills tonight for the Preston Indians. So Preston, who had a very successful season this year, they came into the postseason tournament in the district, seeded 4th, having one of their most successful tournament years probably in a decade, as they come up just short here tonight. But congratulations to the Lady Indians on what was certainly a great rebuilding year in Kalaska Haskell's first year as the new head coach for the Preston volleyball team. So certainly good things to build on coming up in years to come for the Indians. Burley wins it 3-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back a little bit more on the postgame right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So Preston goes down in defeat tonight as the Burley Bobcats win it in straight sets here this evening. And Burley coming up on Thursday as they continue to try to work their way through the loser's side of the bracket here in the Great Basin 10 District Tournament. They will face Twin Falls coming up in a home match again here on Thursday, as Twin Falls knocked off Pocatello tonight, also in straight sets, winning that 3-0 at the pit in Pocatello. So coming up here on Thursday, it'll be Pocatello Twin Falls and Burley. Twin Falls, who came into the tournament seeded 6th, and Burley the 3rd seed. So Twin Falls will try to move on hopefully try to turn the tables here on Burley with a match coming up here on Thursday. Another timeout. Back to wrap things up here from Burley High School right after this.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
It's the end of a long day and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
KACH.
So what was a very successful year comes to an end tonight for the Lady Indians, as with the loss they finish an overall mark of 12-9 on the year, and certainly have good things to build on coming up next year as Kalaska Haskell will return for her second year of head coach responsibilities for the Lady Indians volleyball team. So coming up Thursday, I invite you to join us. A very busy night on Thursday night. It all starts with the post-game wrap. I should say the Prep Sports Final, just after the news at 5 o'clock. That'll take you up until 6 when the Coach Gary Anderson Show will come on live from Wingers in Logan, talk more about Utah State football. And then speaking of football, 7 o'clock this week on Thursday, it will be Westside football as they will be hosting Soda Springs coming up on Thursday night. You can hear all of those live here on KACH, including the Westside game, and on mylocalradio.com. Preston's next football game is Friday night as they will be traveling to Snake River up in Blackfoot, and we'll have that game for you live as well, starting with the pregame show at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7, and as you can always hear that game as well here on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com. Also on Saturday night, it will be the Utah State Aggies. They'll travel to Colorado Springs to take on Air Force in football coming up this Saturday night. Another late kickoff for the Aggies, and see if they can pick up a win on the road at Air Force. That night gets started with the pregame show at 7 o'clock, and they'll kick that game off at 8 p.m. from the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. That's the way the sports coverage lays out for the rest of the week here on KACH, and we certainly hope you can join us for any, if not all, of those game broadcasts coming your way from all the different locations. Our executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. And until next time, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for listening as Burley sweeps Preston 3-0 as Preston's season volleyball-wise comes to an end here tonight. But we wish you a very pleasant good evening, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon. Good night from here in Burley. Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.